Yeah, so when I was consulting, I used this 3-step framework. It was context, chaos, clarity. And so context, I literally had this like 3 to 5 day workshop that I would do with customers. Context is the first piece, and that's all about understanding where you're trying to get to. What are your goals? Where are you going with this business? And what is your reality today? And so what I would do in walking clients through this is I would ask them to describe their business in 10 years. Or if they didn't think they'd be doing their business in 10 years, then 5 years. And we would talk through revenue, number of employees, number of customers, number of locations, average sale price, what products and services are they selling, what kind of house do they live in, what is their family situation like, where geographically do they live, what else has changed in their life. And so that simple exercise of just knowing 5 or 10 years out, what are you trying to get out of this business is so helpful for everything that comes after that. And so for businesses that are doing this more practically in a strategic planning sense, you may have a vision or a mission or some milestone that's 3 or 5 years out. Maybe you're trying to sell the business. Maybe you're trying to achieve a certain valuation. Maybe there's a revenue target that you're trying to get to. Maybe it's a certain amount of profit that your business can spit off that generates the lifestyle that you're looking for. But whatever it is, you've got some sort of like North Star metric that's out in the distance. And that's the first piece. That's your context. Then the next piece is the chaos. And this is where we spend the most time, because chaos in business, I believe, is a great thing. If your business doesn't have chaos, it means that you're probably not having an abundant kind of opportunity. You know, like you don't have enough to do if you're not producing chaos. And so chaos in a business can be, you know, the problems, the like inefficiencies in your business, the issues that your employees have, complaints, bad customer reviews, anything that's negative in the business. It can be the positive things like that you wish you had time to act on, ideas, opportunities, partnerships, product extensions, whatever it is. And then it can be the things that just need improvement. Like we're really slow at this, or this takes too long, or I wish we did this better. And all of that stuff could be hundreds or thousands of things. And so when I worked with clients, I would do confidential interviews with all of their employees. I'd sit down and do these 30-minute interviews. Or if they had more than 50 or so employees, I would do it in a survey kind of format where I would just collect all this data. And I would get inundated again, like collecting all of this chaos for everybody. And so again, in the strategic planning sense, when you're doing this, it's collecting these kind of suggestions from your teams and your leaders and saying, we can only do so many things this year or this quarter. What are all your best ideas that you want to put on the table for discussion? And so you go through the process of just fielding those ideas from all of your people and you know, getting everyone involved in that process. And so now you've got a ton of chaos. And then the last piece is clarity. And so clarity is about prioritization and saying no to a bunch of stuff so you can say yes to a few things. And so again, when I was doing this with clients and my own company, what we do is start to cluster together the issues and opportunities and inefficiencies and look for themes. And if you can group, you know, 5 pieces of feedback, 10 pieces of feedback into a theme and say, this is a really recurring thing in the business. Like a lot of people think we should move on this, or there's some big opportunity here. Then you kind of circle that thing in your list. And you go through a process of, you know, pitting things against each other and seeing like, these are the big things that we need to move. And then you pick a top 5. And so that's always how we've done it, is to pick a top 5 annually, and then for departments to pick a top 3 to 5 quarterly that are moving towards those annual objectives.